Because you're so extra and all over the place.
That's what the podcast is.
Oh my gosh.
No,
this last episode was not all over the place. It was talking about Rocky and how he talked to me and he needed to learn a different way to say things. And once he did, we got on the same page.
No, but see, when you change the narrative like this woman right here, keep everything on the same subject. Stop trying to remix doggone what we're talking about. Trying to play mind games with the I'm a man.
You always this is ladies, let me tell y'all something. Every time a man try to tell you playing mind games, you playing word games, or something's going wrong because you're pointing out the obvious of what happened, does not mean you playing mind games or word games. You are explaining what happened and what made you react the way you did. See. And that's all I did. That's what I did on this episode right here. I explained on why my attitude got bad and why I looked at him crazy. It wasn't about the fact that I couldn't get what I wanted at that time. It was about his tone and how he said it.
Fellas, you see I'm just being quiet over here because it ain't going to do me no good to try to hush that thing up over there because she going to keep going until she get her point across.
Babe, because that is exactly what... No, when I tell y'all this really happened, it really happened like 2 days ago. For real.
If you want to know more about what happened and what we did to resolve it and how heated it got, perfectrepairpodcast.com. Make sure you listen to the podcast anywhere that you listen to your podcast. You can also check out the YouTube channel, Perfect Pair Podcast.
And guess what? The reason why we smiling right now is because he got some act right. Just point that out. I just wanted to point that out. I'm going
to let you have it.
He knew it.
I'm going to let you win this battle.
It ain't letting me.
I'm going to let you win this one.
Okay, here we go.
Take notes, fellas.
Listen, don't let him fool y'all. He was wrong.
You know who really running things.
You knew you was wrong. He knew he was wrong. That's why he had to come correct the next day.
Check the podcast out. Y'all determine what y'all think for yourself.
I already know they don't agree with me. Bye. That's what you...
We just did 3 songs in like probably 2 hours or something like that.
That's crazy.
But tell them the story.
Never did that before in my life.
She killed it.
I never did 3 songs in my life that fast. 1 song, 1 verse, I tried to perfect it so much it took me like hours.
She did this like, 15, 20 minutes the first track?
Yeah, man.
When I tell y'all, this is going to be something different, something interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah, she crazy.
I didn't know I had that in me, for real. So thank you for bringing it out.
So much worth fighting for. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley. Thank you for this.
Nah, man, thank you for everything that you do, Pastor Haynes. That is a good song, though. Know you got a good word for us.
Oh, Rick, this song lets us know that whenever we're feeling down on ourselves, that God has already put a price on us, and the price is so high, we are worth fighting for. Let's be real. All of us have those moments of self-doubt where we don't feel as good about ourselves as we should. We all have those moments where we basically feel insecure, we feel unsure, and again, there is so much self-doubt that begins to haunt us and cause us to get in our own way. But this song lets all of us know that we are valued. This song lets all of us know that we have worth. We have so much worth that we are worth fighting for. I love this because this song says, in essence, number 1, we are people of possibilities. Listen to what he says. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, as he's looking forward to what we are going to be. That's the good news right there. You are a person of possibility. God ain't through with you yet. God made you for a reason. God gave your life purpose, and God is up to something in your life. That means that you are worth it. You are worth fighting for. Your possibilities are worth fighting for. Who you are going to be, that's worth fighting for. And I love this because if eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard, and I'm a person of possibilities, it means that my possibilities are not determined or defined by my past. I don't care what you've done. I don't care what's been done to you. God has possibilities that are going to manifest in your life that are greater than anything that has gone wrong in your life. So don't define yourself by your mistakes. Don't define yourself by the bad things that have happened in your life. Just recognize that you are pregnant with possibilities. And since you're pregnant with possibilities, God puts it like this: you're worth fighting for. You're worth fighting for. You are worth it. You are a person of value. You are a person of worth, and you are worth fighting for. I love this because the final thing I'll simply say, and that is that because of who your maker is, I love it. You don't have to question your makeup. Because of who your creator is, you don't have to question how you were created. You see, God made you, and when God made you, God didn't make no mistake. God knew exactly what God was doing. God knew that God was up to something of purpose. God was up to something with meaning. And so here's the good news. When you are wondering about your makeup, just go check in with your maker. When you're wondering about how you were created, just have a talk with your creator, and you will know that God made you on purpose. God made you, and even if none of us are perfect, we still have purpose. And since we have purpose, we are worth fighting for.
There it is, Pastor Haynes. Hey, appreciate that word this morning. Let everybody know how they can reach you.
Hey, you can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at FH Unscripted is my handle. Then I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and my YouTube channel is Frederick Haynes. That's where you'll get my sermon.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it's 11 minutes after the hour, y'all. Got your front page right here. Let me see. We can go to, hold on. We can go and go to sport. Rock G, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Euro, you got it?
I got you.
Oh, good morning, Euro.
Good morning. We're going to jump right into this news. Trump is now the only president to be impeached twice. Now, the House voted to impeach him on a single charge of incitement of insurrection, with 10 Republicans and all of the Democrats voting 232 to 197 to impeach. Now, we are saying too little, too late on this one. 1 week after the fact, Trump did release a video yesterday condemning the attack on the Capitol and calling for no violence and any demonstrations that are planned for next week. In other news, the former governor of Michigan was charged with willful neglect of duty in connection with the Flint water scandal. And we all suspected it. And yesterday, the CEO of the drug company Moderna said that the world is going to have to be living with COVID-19 forever, kind of like the flu. And then finally, in some good news, lawmakers have drafted a bipartisan proposal to build a statue of the late Congressman and civil rights leader John Lewis at the U.S. Capitol. It's going to be replacing an existing Confederate statue that's already there. So those are your top news stories. I'm out of breath, but we got it done. Good morning, Rock Team. What's going on in sports?
Gotcha there, Yeramika. Well, there was a blockbuster 14 mega trade in the NBA, man. Let me see if I can take my time and get you guys to understand what happened. Houston Rockets trade James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets. The Rockets will receive Brooklyn's 3 first-round picks, one in 2022, another in 2024, and another in 2026. Plus, the Rockets will get swap picks in 2021, 2023, 2025, and 2027. Hold on now. The Rockets also get Cleveland Cavaliers' 2022 first-round pick. So if I do my math correct, the Houston Rockets will now have 3 first-round draft picks in 2022 alone. Brooklyn's Karis LeVert, who, by the way, is the third cousin of Eddie LeVert of the OJs, was traded to the Indiana Pacers for Victor Oladipo. Also, the Milwaukee Bucks were involved in some sort. Man, listen, I'm about to get ready to confuse my doggone self. The bottom line is this. Brooklyn Nets now become the favorites to win the NBA championships on paper when you got Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving on the same roster. Now, let me tell y'all something. This is on paper, of course. Everything's still got to play out. But, of course, people are putting Brooklyn and the Lakers in the championship already.
Egos, it ain't going to happen.
So you don't think there's enough basketball to go around now?
You got Kyrie Irving, they have something going on with their attitudes, and James Harden, they be partying too much. Only somebody serious on that team, as far as star status, is Kevin Durant. Am I right, Super Dave, or wrong?
You got it right. I would not trust Kyrie Irving.
Right.
That's going to be their downfall.
Yep. There you go.
He got to get his mindset, but we'll get into this, man.
He doesn't have a mind.
Who?
Kyrie
Irving. Kyrie?
Yes, he doesn't have a mind.
Talk too much, man. He caused too much controversy.
Thank you.
He's going through something.
He's a knucklehead. Call it like you see it.
I can't disagree with that, man. I cannot disagree. But there's one common factor in this whole situation. James Harden has not gotten a championship yet, okay? So at the end of the day, when you get older in your career and you haven't gotten a championship, you kind of swallow your pride and you become kind of a role player. So the X factor is, yes, Kyrie Irving is his mindset, but at the end of the day, I think that they'll figure this thing out to try to go win some championships. But that's a whole other ball game and discussion. Right now, Gary got the tea coming up. What's up, man?
All right, y'all. Mariah Carey. We haven't heard from Mariah in a while. Well, Mariah recently did a sit-down, y'all, with Roots drummer Amir Thompson, y'all, on his Questlove Supreme podcast. And y'all know they're saying that it dropped on yesterday. Well, Miss Carey, y'all, she revealed that despite the difficulty, y'all, being locked down for much of the past year, the COVID-19 pandemic, y'all, has somehow been good for her already, her peerless voice. People like, what? She said, quote, honestly, for me this whole year with COVID, honey, and everything, not having to sing for my supper and travel around and not get the right amount of sleep or just be put on this thing where there's a certain amount of stress for me, she said, that takes me away a lot of stuff, you know. She said that and chatted on or whatever, and people said, really, girl? She said, taking off, honey, has really helped my voice. She said, I think a lot of ways just being able to, honey, have like stress-free. And everyone's like, oh, you got to, honey, get back in the studio, girl. And she was like, child, whatever, honey. But the thing is, people like, Mariah, COVID help you? And I mean, that's kind of, is that an insensitive thing saying that COVID helped her when people died from COVID or whatever? Brad, have you talked to her?
No, I feel like she feels like it's been less stress. She hasn't had to go be on tour, do a whole bunch of shows. She hasn't had to overexert her voice. So, yeah, I understand how it's helped her. It's helped a lot of people in their relationships. Not saying nothing is great about death. Death is horrible. We all hate that. But I can see how she's saying it helped her.
I don't know. Maybe she should have phrased that differently, honey, because I'm like, COVID, a lot of people died from COVID.
No matter what you say, somebody going to have something to say.
It helped you.
Put this thing, the man to slow down and be at home on a Saturday and a Sunday and not doing that ripping and running or whatever. I got much needed rest and pull them doggone things up over your face and go grocery shopping. Then I got the one to go all the way around your neck. You pull it up over to your bottom of your eyelid. Don't nobody recognize you. You stand in the middle of folks.
All right, then. Well, all right for COVID, honey, and helping people then. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, guys, persimmon. On the high end, you say persimmon, and on the low, you say beautiful, spicy orange. That's your color for the day. Brad, what you got coming up in Hot Spot?
Coming up next in the Hot Spot, say it ain't so. We about to lose another show. I'm going to tell you what it is up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The Hot Spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the Hot Spot. It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's the bottom of the hour. Time for the Hot Spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Issa Rae confirmed yesterday that Insecure will officially end its forthcoming 5th season. Right after that, she wrote on Instagram, very excited to film our 5th and final season. We couldn't have told a complete story without the tremendous support of our audience and faith at HBO. See y'all soon. She later told Deadline in a statement, we always planned to tell this story through 5 seasons, but we couldn't have made it this far without the tremendous support of our audience. I feel blessed beyond measure to bring our character stories to an end, on screen at least. The 5th and final season of Insecure is expected to go into production later this month, y'all. All right, moving on. Justin Timberlake announced that he has written a new song for his performance at the presidential inauguration on January 20th. He revealed that the song is called Better Days. He said this past year brought a lot of frustration, grief, anger, and there were times when it was easy to feel powerless. This song is our way of doing what little we could do to encourage everyone to stay hopeful and keep working towards a better, more equal future. In addition to Timberlake, Demi Lovato, and John Bon Jovi will also perform at the primetime special hosted by Tom Hanks on the night of the Biden-Harris inauguration. Celebrating America will air on January 20th at 8:30 p.m. on multiple networks.
But Brad, don't you think Justin Timberlake should have wrote that song for Janet Jackson when he got her in trouble? And she can't perform no more at the Super Bowl? Better days?
No, Gary, that's old. We're going to leave the past in the past, okay?
That's
okay,
a good try, though, Gary.
We're going to leave it in the past.
I mean, we just need to focus on that. People just act like they forgetting about it. Poor Janet can't perform at the Super Bowl no more, do nothing.
Janet is doing great, and she's got a great son, and she's doing great. We're going to look forward to positive things, Gary. All right, y'all, moving on. Somebody want to know, is Drake better than Jay-Z? Oh, Lord. Yesterday, DJ Funkmaster Flex sparked a huge debate on social media. He argued that Drake could have been the greatest rapper of all time if he didn't have the ghostwriting scandal. He said if those reference tracks didn't come out, Drake was the #1 rapper of all time. He's too versatile. His melodies, he has the bars, and he had the songs. What y'all think about that? Drake, Jay-Z?
Jay-Z. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can compare the two.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Jay-Z. Jay-Z.
Plus, you got Beyonce, so.
But Jay-Z.
And Jay-Z been around way longer. Like Jay-Z's
but
a legend.
Drake is better. Drake is more crossover. He's crossover to everybody.
I don't think
Drake
you
is
can
not as
compare them.
crossover.
Oh, come on now.
I mean, how much more crossover can you be when you're on the president's playlist? Like
Jay-Z
the president
set trends.
Right. Obama listening to Jay-Z.
And Drake is on Malia and Sasha's playlist.
Exactly, Ricky.
Okay.
All right. On that note, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot. Coming up next, we got Special K with the news that you absolutely positively cannot use. And why don't y'all hit us up for them wake-up calls at 1-866-9-RICKY. That's 866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
You liar! I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley in the Morning Show, 12 before the top of the hour. It is about that time. What up, Special K?
Well, I do be lying a lot, but today, this is true, man, because, you know, Thursday is all about black people. Today, we're going to talk about things you probably find that every black person house, especially those like me, that's lower middle class to middle class. You're going to find these things. Some of these things you're going to find at rich black people house. Dave, give me some black people music, please. I need something really black. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Don't get no blacker than that.
It don't.
These things, you're going to find at every black person house. You're going to find a bottle of dishwashing liquid with about 1 millimeter of liquid at the bottom of it. I don't know why they ain't used the rest of it. I don't know why they ain't just throw that one away. But you're going to find it. You're going to find a sponge that should have been thrown out many, many, many months ago, usually on the side of the sink. You ain't supposed to keep them things for a year, folks. You're going to find a loaf of bread with no twisty on it that's tied into a knot. That's
folded neatly underwards, like I did.
You're going to find that trash can in the kitchen with a broke lid. Y'all know those things don't last for a lifetime.
No,
people. I don't know who house y'all been in. That can got a broke lid.
That smell coming out of that garbage can. I'll put that baby on.
That lid been broke.
Put it in the garage if need be.
You're going to find some Pam cooking spray. If you go in that kitchen, you're going to find some Pam cooking spray.
Right.
You're going to find at least 1 box of cereal with about 2 spoonfuls of cereal in it.
Facts.
I don't know why y'all ain't just going to eat the rest of it.
Take the bag out.
Oh, you're going to find that dustpan that's so dirty. Do y'all not know you can spray that down with some spray and clean it?
Facts.
You ain't got to leave that dustpan dirty. You got that can or jar of used grease on the side of the stove. Now, that's usually old black people. Huh?
No lies detected.
Old
use
black
that
people
same grease to make you some cream corn.
Damn right. What? You're going to find at least 2 cabinets with broke handles. They may not have replaced them, or they may have put a little piece of wire.
My house right now.
Got them broke handles. Stop lying.
Now.
Stop lying.
Right now. I'm not lying. I have to call Bobby over there to fix them damn little things on the inside to hold the door up to the cabinet. They break all the time.
I don't know why the cabinet companies ain't figured out how to work that.
Right.
Yet. You're going to find that plastic grocery bag full of 50 more plastic grocery bags that's used for trash bags. That's usually hanging up inside of the pantry. Inside of the pantry. That's where you're going to find, you got about 180
And you use those as trash can liners for the bedroom trash cans.
And the bathroom trash.
Come on, Eva.
Yeah, come on, Eva. Come on
and
now.
throw away the dirty diapers. You use those to tie off the dirty diapers. And
now, let me ask y'all this. How many of y'all done went to your mama's house? You got a box in the corner just full of pictures and papers that nobody better not throw away because your mama said, I need to go through that first.
Yeah,
that box been there since 1997.
In different sections of the Bible.
Got old ass Kroger receipts in it from the 80s.
All that stuff going in the Bible. She got to find the right Bible scripture. She gonna put that damn picture in there.
Hey, what about that? What about that bunch of unopened mail on the counter? Why you got all that unopened mail?
That's
from 9-10 years ago. Just throw it away.
Because you think somebody gonna steal your address. I don't know. I can't.
Why you got to have a bottle of ketchup with a nasty top on it? Why y'all won't wipe the top of that ketchup?
I don't know who do that now.
Who?
Kids? I don't know who do that.
Kids.
Oh.
Kids. Why you got a dish rack full of dry dishes that's been sitting there for a week? That's people
well, they can get dry. That one drop is still on there.
Why you got a small toaster oven that don't work no more? Why you got a blender that don't work no more? Why you got a toaster that don't work no more?
You don't even use the blender no more. You done turned the blender into a food processor.
Exactly. And finally, why you got a drawer full of miscellaneous items? Ketchup, soy sauce, duck sauce, strawberry jelly, honey, barbecue sauce, honey mustard,
Phillip head and flathead screwdriver, nuts,
Pizza Hut cheese and red peppers, Taco Bell sauce, malt vinegar from Long John Silver, salt and pepper packets,
AA batteries, yes.
6 crayons, some Band-Aids.
A flashlight that's rusted on the inside that need new batteries.
A yellow highlighter for no reason.
A hammer. A hammer.
Some thumbtacks. Who the hell still use thumbtacks? And why they in
your mama?
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. The prayer warriors are being solicited. I don't know if y'all heard, y'all. For former Real Housewives of Atlanta star, y'all, Nene Leakes, y'all. It's being reported that Nene has contracted COVID-19. Now, according to MTO News, y'all, they're saying people close to Nene are hoping.
Cuss COVID out.
Yeah, she gonna do something, Ricky. They're saying, honey, that Nene, they're hoping that she doesn't pass the virus on to her husband, Greg, who recently battled cancer. They're saying that Nene broke the news last night, y'all, on her Instagram page. And, Eva, have you talked to her? Because I know y'all used to work together.
No, I haven't talked to her. I did see something online with her kind of talking about, she was sitting in the bed and she had a nurse talking to her. I do wish her a speedy recovery, though. Like you said, considering that Greg does have pre-existing illness, I just wish her a speedy recovery and hope everything is okay over there, because she is definitely the ringleader for that whole clan.
Yeah, so we just gonna keep Nene lifted up in our prayers, y'all, and hopefully everything goes well. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, Michael B. Jordan, baby, he is letting y'all lovers have it out there. Now, Michael B. Jordan and his beautiful girlfriend, Miss Lori Harvey, y'all, they revealed y'all their pet names for each other. Now, you know, a lot of people, you know, like, y'all lovers on the air and whatever, how you call your mate, babe and bae and honey pie and love and sugar dumpling and all that stuff. Well, baby, Michael B. Jordan and Lori are letting y'all have it with new names, honey. It's being reported, y'all, that Michael, he calls his beautiful girlfriend, Miss Lori Harvey, he calls her Turtle.
Huh?
He says turtle. He calls her Turtle. Yeah, you know, people was wondering, I'm like, maybe because a turtle keeps his head in the shell. I don't know. But
or
he
a
calls
turtle
her
dove.
Oh, turtle dove, that what it is? You think? I don't know, but he calls her Turtle, and she calls him Nugget. Isn't that nice? All that bae and babe and all that stuff, honey. She ain't nobody got time to be calling all that name. They got nice, unique names.
I'm trying
They ain't been together long enough to do all that, man.
They've been together long enough. If she could call him, he could call her Turtle, and she could call him Nugget. That's a cute name. Brad, what you call your mate?
Nicknames, man.
Baby.
Huh, Brad?
Baby.
Baby? Oh, you know, BBJ?
Yeah, we have pet names. That happens.
Yeah.
What you call mine?
Me Smitten.
Of course.
My husband calls me Smitten. That's his pet name that he made for me. When we first started dating 6 years ago, he put me in his phone as Smitten, and now, almost 3 years of marriage, still Smitten.
Roxy,
so that
what
happens.
you call your wife?
I call Crystal Snookums, and she calls me Boo Daddy.
Yeah.
Boo Daddy.
Boo Daddy.
Boo Daddy. Come on now.
Ricky, what you call your potential?
Hopefully twin. Because we'll have just where we have ways just alike, you know, clean, neat, easy going, relax, watch the news, intelligent conversation, cook, clean. Like, we help each other out, something like that. Yeah.
That's nice.
Special K, I know your wife probably call you bastard, huh?
Well, no, it's a-hole. That's what's on my phone number and her phone. Except it ain't. She spell it out, though.
Wow.
Well, that's beautiful, y'all. Well, I think that's nice. I think more people need to come with the pet names and, change it up. Because Bay Honey, that is so old. My mom and dad used to call each other Bay. That was an old name, and then people just brought that all up. But I think Turtle and Nugget and all that other good stuff, that's a great name. People should call them. So, hey, there you have it.
Yeah, that's
all
cute.
Right. Yeah, cute names, pet names. Wendy Williams, y'all, she's speaking out. She said she does not regret staying with her ex-husband. She said she stayed with him because of her son. She said, because, she was young. She loved her husband, but she loved her son more. She wanted her son to see a healthy environment. So she said she did not leave him. So she said that's why she stayed with him. And, that's the bottom line. We're going to see more about that in her new movie that's coming out, Wendy Williams, the movie and stuff, or what have you. But do y'all think that's a healthy thing to just stay in a relationship and a marriage because of the children?
No.
I mean, you don't think so, Ricky?
Mm-mm. I mean, you don't want the kids to stay in a toxic situation.
Yeah.
So if the relationship is not good and it can't be worked out, y'all need to figure out the best co-parenting plan ever and execute. You can't stay in no doggone, and then them children grow up and that mess them up more than the parents, mom and dad not being together.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, and you heard it here. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today is persimmon. On the high end, you say persimmon, and on the low end, you say beautiful, spicy orange. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the team. All right. Okay, time for the wake-up calls.
Wake it up.
Let's go.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Because he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better. Come on. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Want to know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Hey, this is Nikki calling from Haines City, Florida, to the movers that will be moving 45 out of the White House. Wake up, and move expeditiously.
Good morning. I was just trying to give you to wake up my ATP week out there for my Texas Jeremy coming from New Orleans today. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Happy New Year to everyone. This is Margaret Riley calling out of Greenville, South Carolina.
Mary from Cleveland, Ohio. Wake up, everybody. It's a new day and a new year.
My name is Melvin, and I'd like to tell the world to wake up and tune in to Rickey Smiley Show. Wake up.
The gang of cities tuned in like
Hey.
because we gon' let them know.
Come on.
City, wake up. Columbus, wake up. Cincinnati, wake up. Wake up. West Palm Beach, wake up. And Greenville, wake up. Come on, Jacksonville, wake up. Wake up.
Hey, appreciate it, Brad.
You welcome, Ricky.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, Rick's About the Morning Show, 7 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the color of the day.
Good morning,
Gary.
Rick. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. We all know that Kanye West is on the brink, y'all, of a divorce from his beautiful socialite wife, Miss Kim Kardashian. And they're saying that men are crawling out of the woodwork trying to get with Kanye. Well, TikTok personality, y'all, Cole Kerrigan, who claimed, y'all, Kanye West arranged a hotel hookup with him, is now backtracking, y'all. According to Page 6, they're saying that Cole, a makeup artist by trade with more than 350,000 followers, y'all, claim that Kanye's former bodyguard, Steve Staniels, arranged a hotel rendezvous with Kanye at the W Hotel in November. Well, now Mr. Cole is backtracking, y'all. They say he received a cease and desist from Staniels' lawyer, who claimed, y'all, that Cole allegations are completely and entirely false, y'all. On Sunday, y'all, Cole posted a video in which he apologized, y'all, to Kanye and Kim for making up the story about them. He said he did it just for likes and follows. He's claimed, y'all, that he manufactured the story because Kanye voted for Trump. And now he's saying, y'all, that the lawsuit is very expensive and he got to get his butt out of it and have to retract that lie. I don't believe people do that. I didn't know people would actually do that, say stuff and lie like that, saying that Kanye was trying to give it, and he doing this for likes and follow. Do people actually do that? Eva and Brad, I mean.
Oh, Gary, you report on it every single day. Half the posts people put up are just for likes.
What? He lied on that man, trying to say that man was with him and stuff. Now, had there been a black queen doing it, they would have put her straight in jail. But now the white queen, she gets to apologize and all that stuff. That is ridiculous. I don't believe that. I mean, so people just go out and say anything for likes. And people
He did come back quickly and say it was just a joke. But
that was no joke.
People like you, Gary, and the rest of the gossip world have taken that and has decided to make Kanye now gay and make him have a relationship with this man, which is in fact not true, which I said a week ago.
Yeah, I just don't believe it. Poor Kanye, I feel so bad. Now Kim leaving him for another black man, and now he's gonna be single. That's sad. It's a sad look now. She probably leaving him because of that, I'm sure. You know that was said, but nevertheless, she said she got them 5 children. You know, they say she's worried about her kids. That's another story.
They had 5 children.
5 children. They got her in North, Chicago, St. Saul.
Man.
Yes, and she said she worried about the children now. She said the split. Well, 4, yeah, but they might have another one somewhere. I didn't get them. But anyway, she said the children are very important to Kim. And she said,
they got 4 children. The children sitting there looking at you. Man, one of them yours.
Yeah, she said. Yeah. They say she said she's worried about the permanent split. What you say, Brad?
No, not one.
Not one, Brad?
That's what they said.
Will there be one?
Will there be one?
And then you take your girl, you take Kim Kardashian to the club and they start playing the gold digging, playing Kanye music. You just sitting there looking like you just don't matter. That's hard.
That's a side eye, Ricky.
Yeah, that's a hard act to follow, man. God.
We gotta pray, y'all. And while we praying for Kim and Kanye, let's continue to pray, y'all, for
Kanye selling out arenas. You barely filled up an improv.
Let's continue to pray, Ricky, for YFN Lucci, y'all. He turned himself in to the police yesterday, y'all. They're saying, as previously reported, they say Lucci is wanted for murder in connection with a shootout in December that left one man dead, y'all. Y'all know his real name is Rayshawn Bennett. YFN Lucci. That's what's his name? Regine's boyfriend. That's Lil Wayne's daughter boyfriend, honey. Yep. So Rashawn turned
ex-boyfriend. They don't date anymore. They have been off the record for quite some time.
But I thought they got back on. I thought she took him back.
They're friends and they're amicable, but they don't date.
They got back together, so Eva, I'm sorry you missed that story. But
you didn't miss the story where they broke up again, and then he did the whole interview and talked about it. Is it that they cool friends?
But guess what? He going to the pen now, so it don't matter. So we just gonna keep all parties lifted up in prayer, y'all. It's a sad day, honey.
Friends,
hey, Gary.
Huh?
I think I'm just real disappointed that you sat here and did the tea and you didn't congratulate somebody on our morning show for doing big things.
Who?
Yeah, Eva coming out with the whole COVID-19 clothing line, and I posted one of the pictures on RS Comedy, and go on there and be nice and congratulate Eva for the things that she's doing out here, starting her new COVID-19 clothing line to keep everybody safe. And congratulations to you. When are you gonna release the pictures? Or did I leak them too early?
The first picture that I sent you was just for you, and I let you know what I'm doing. But during this pandemic, I think it's very important to, get your entrepreneurial skills up and make sure you have income coming in. So I definitely went ahead and started this clothing line that I think will be great for everyone.
It's pretty creative.
So if you want
That's a mask right there.
What's wrong there?
All right, baby. You better give us clothing line, baby. All right, girl. Do you see those girls?
Do you see the train? It's in the detail.
Yes. All right, baby. Miss Eva, that's cute, girl.
That's amazing.
Are they going to be in all the department stores, or are you going to just have them online?
You can order them from RS Comedy. You see the next piece. If you give me your measurements, I'll make sure that I get the right mask.
And the shoes matching, too.
To make sure all of your areola. The shoes match. If you see, we got some
you better let them see how it's done.
So what, Gary?
She better let them see how it's done, baby. That's how it's done, niece. Oh, right, girl. Does it come in all colors, girl? Just blue.
Oh, no, we're just doing blue right now. And you need the KN94 only garment.
Y'all make sure y'all go to RS Comedy on Instagram. Leave Eva a big congratulations on
baby.
First dress of her COVID-19 clothing line. Hey, y'all, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Up next.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news. It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. A lot going on now. Yesterday, Donald Trump became the only president in the United States history to be impeached twice. Democrats led the vote to impeach, but several Republicans were also on board Our next guest is a former South Carolina representative, attorney, political commentator, and New York Times best-selling author. Please welcome back to the show, Bakari Sellers, y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bakari, good morning.
What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. It's happy impeachment day to everybody.
Absolutely, man. Man, we were talking about you yesterday and how accurate you are on every time you come on the show. Now, many of us are glad that the Democrats in Congress are trying to hold Trump accountable for his part in the attack on the Capitol, but only 10 Republicans voted for impeachment. What do we know about those 10 Republicans who decided to do the right thing? Were you surprised by anyone?
I was surprised. I was surprised by Tom Rice. Tom Rice, he represents here in South Carolina, the coast over there by Myrtle Beach. And he said, the fact is, once you establish the fact that Donald Trump incited an insurrection, the rest is real easy. So he just followed the Constitution. And let me just remind people, although it was only 10 people or 10 Republicans who voted for impeachment, this is the most bipartisan impeachment in American history. Usually you don't have this many people from another party joining on to impeach somebody of their same party. So yesterday was a healthy day for America, to say the least.
Exactly. Right. And I was shocked that Lynn Cheney, Dick Cheney's daughter, she was receiving some backlash. They was going to trying to vote her off one of those committees, and she was like, "I don't give a damn," She don't care.
That man was talking about her daddy, though. So she had backbone. This man has talked about Ted Cruz's mama, Ted Cruz's daddy, and Ted Cruz still runs behind him. He calls him all types of names. He done called his wife ugly and everything. But, with Liz Cheney and like the most of us, they remember that. And so when they have a chance to get back at you, especially when you do something wrong as what happened last week, Liz Cheney has more fortitude than a lot of the men in her caucus.
Wow.
Okay, Bakari, now here's some more craziness. Now, the Trump supporters who attacked the Capitol, they was on video chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." Now, what do you make of Vice President Mike Pence refusing to invoke the 25th Amendment even after Trump had attacked him and put his life in danger?
Mike Pence is trying to walk a thin line. He's trying to thread a needle because the theory is that Mike Pence is the front runner to be president of the United States if Donald Trump doesn't or can't run in 2024. So he doesn't want to just throw all of the baby out with the bathwater. Although he wants to rid himself of Donald Trump, he's trying to. A lot of people are thinking about how they can be president in 2024 or at least get the Republican nomination. That's all Mike Pence is doing.
Well, Bakari, one of the arguments against impeachment is that it would delay President-elect Joe Biden from getting started with his agenda. So what are your thoughts on that?
That's not true. I mean, the Senate can walk and chew bubblegum at times. I mean, they don't do nothing else. They don't do nothing else but drink good liquor, so they might as well impeach and vote and do some other stuff. Listen, they can dedicate a few hours a day or a few hours a week to impeachment and the rest to confirmation. 100-day agenda. In the first 100 days, we need to pass voting rights. We need to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. We need to make sure we get these appointments done. We need to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord. We need to pass a $15 minimum wage. We need to pass $2,000 stimulus checks. So all of these things can be done, and you can have a hearing on the President of the United States. That's what we elect them for, to do their job.
Right.
And Bakari, man, I got to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we counting down the big day, January the 20th, when Biden takes office. And we all know that we voted, we've done our part, but it's never over. So what are some other things that you can share for regular citizens that could be doing right now, we could be doing?
Man, that's a great question. So I am looking forward to January 20th, and I'm disappointed that we won't all be able to be there together. I was looking forward to the biggest and best step show in the history of mankind. I was looking forward to all the Greeks stepping in Washington, D.C. At the inauguration, but that ain't going to happen. Voting is the front door to democracy, and now we're in the House, right? And there's still work to be done. And so that work means, and a lot of the change we want to see happens on the local level. So I need people to get engaged with their city councils. I need people to get engaged with their school boards. if you want to ban chokeholds, if you want to reform the way that police are funded, so some of those dollars go to mental health or after school or some of the other programs you think are of some interest, that starts at your city council. That starts at your local level. So I need people to pay attention to that. I need people to actually see agenda items that they're concerned about. You know, if you're concerned about vaccine rollout or whatever it may be, we have to play a role in that. That means go to committee meetings. That means know who your legislators are, et cetera. So democracy is participatory, and voting is just the first step. Now you're in the House. There's more work to be done.
Hey, Bakari, we're running out of time, but I definitely want to get you back on and have a conversation about white supremacy and these militia groups, and how do you think Joe Biden administration is going to handle that or whatever. I really if you can just call us back when you get some time to just break some of that down for us, man, because that's a real concern, because now you're getting threats on Joe Biden's inauguration, man. So we're gonna let that be at the top of our conversation next time we talk. That's a real problem, is domestic terrorism, and it's always a pleasure having you on, and thank you so much for joining us today, and let the people know how to keep up with you. How can you be reached?
Man, find me on Instagram at Bakari Sellers. Find me on Twitter at Bakari_Sellers. I'm hiding from social media right now because I told my wife I don't know what the busted challenge is, so I'm just hiding right now.
All right, man. Bakari Sellers, ladies and gentlemen, man, we look forward to having you back, man. All right, y'all, it's about that time. Please welcome to the show. Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. What up, Jeff?
Hey, good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling? Man, Rick, I am, like so many others, I know how I feel, but I'm not sure how I feel looking at this this video from Colleen, Texas.
What happened?
And, man, listen. Colleen, Texas, police are, not really the police are called. There's a family that reaches out for a mental health call. And they said there's no mental health officers available, so they're sending a regular police officer. The police officer gets on site. There is a video where you can see him knocking on the door and going into the door. It looks like from a doorbell camera. And that's where Patrick Warren is engaged. And for whatever reason, the officer comes back out of the house, and Brother Patrick comes out, and it's clear, again, it was a mental health call. That he's dealing with. He's dealing with some challenging issues. He has his hands up, no weapons in his hand. The police officer continues to back up and is operating in a way that he is more threatened than Brother Patrick is exhibiting threatening behavior, and he tases him. Clearly, the taser didn't take to the degree, and he shoots him. It's then reported that he puts the weapon towards Patrick's wife, telling her to stay away from him, and then goes back to him and shoots him again. And this brother dies at the hospital as a result of these wounds. Now, Lee Merritt is the attorney that's on the case for the family, and so obviously we know that Brother Merritt knows what he's doing. The Texas Rangers are now investigating this. But we've been talking about this over and over, Rick. I mean, the fact that states continue to have underfunding as it relates to mental health, municipalities are underfunded as it relates to mental health. No police officer should ever be called to a mental health call unless they are specifically trained to do so. And I just don't know how many times we can say the same thing over and over again. And so I know we'll hear more from Lee as this case goes on, but please continue to pay attention to this, even as you pray for the family. And Rick, I know you got a bunch of people coming on today that have talked about and have already talked about the impeachment. And as we shift into the inauguration and President Biden, Vice President Harris, we know, Rick, that they are very clear. They want to have 100 million vaccinations is the number within 100 days.
Right.
They're going to be dealing with the economic fallout of the pandemic. And so there's going to be a lot of focus on pandemic-related economic stimulation. And if we're clear, poor communities, our communities have been hit by this pandemic in ways that others haven't. And what always seems to happen, Rick, when there is a national issue is often our issues are asked to wait.
Right.
But they're all connected, right? Because all of this is systemic. And so my hope is that, post getting this orange dude out of here and post the inauguration, that we will turn the fire up in a real way. King Day is Monday, Rick. And there was something that King said in an interview from Ebenezer 11 months before his death that I think is important in this moment. Check this out.
Brothers, I think the biggest problem now is that we got our gains over the last 12 years at bargain rate, so to speak. Didn't cost the nation anything. In fact, it helped the economic side of the nation to integrate lunch counters and public accommodations. It didn't cost the nation anything to get the right to vote established. And now we are confronting issues that cannot be solved without costing the nation billions of dollars. Now, I think this is where we're getting our greatest resistance. They may put it on many other things, but we can't get rid of slums and poverty without it costing the nation something.
Yo, and that was 1967, Rick.
Wow.
We're in the exact same position right now. And we got to be clear about what we're charging America for the things that we need and demand the right things and not give the country the ability to give us what we need with bargain prices. And so as we celebrate King Day next week on Monday, let's think about that because, listen, Biden might be our friend, Kamala Harris might be our sister, but they're elected officials, and we got to hold them accountable the same way we do everybody else by demanding at the highest level what we need and not at the lowest level.
Absolutely.
So, Rick, those are three things I got for you. I appreciate you as always, man. I will check you next week, brother.
No, Jeff, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for everything that you do, man. We got a whole lot of stuff to talk about, man, as all of these events unfold, man. Jeff Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 3 minutes after the hour, y'all. Brad, take me back.
Hey, wasn't nothing like a Mary J. Blige record, especially Real Love. It was just grooving. I think of her jersey she had on with her hat to the back on her skirt. Yes. Just a B-girl. She represented. She was like the female Jodeci.
Right.
Yes. Mary J. Blige made it okay for a lady to be a tomboy. A lot of women that are like me, when they were younger, they weren't really girly girls, even though we were ladies. So Mary J. gave us that representation that let us know that it was okay to be ourselves, even though it was different.
Roxy, you used to play this a lot when you used to DJ.
Oh, my goodness, man. You still play it, man. Let me tell you something. I want to challenge musicians and artists today to bring back the 90s hip-hop and R&B remixes. I mean, we just don't do that no more, man. You drop a hip-hop track, then you go get the dopest R&B artists and y'all team up and redo the... Come on, man. We got to bring that back. We got to bring that back, bro.
What'd it take you back to, Gary?
Y'all don't want me to say what I gotta say. So.
Oh, Lord.
No. What happened, Gary?
When I met Mary J. Blige when she was in Dallas, honey, I loved her. But as for the song, when I hear the song, I just think about the clean-up woman first. And then after that part go off, I'm like, okay, that's the rest of the song.
Making it easy.
Clean up woman. We'll get my baby's love. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All I was doing was making it easy for the clean up woman. She really cleans up.
Yes. All right, y'all. We got a Minority Whip leader, James Clyburn, coming up next. You don't want to miss this interview. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It is an honor each time we have this man on the show. Please help me welcome House Majority Whip James E. Clyburn. Good morning.
Good morning.
A member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, I might add.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? And so happy to have you on. And now that it's official, President Donald Trump has been impeached for the second time with 10 Republicans voting with the Democrats. Walk us through what happens next.
Well, what happens next is that within the next several days, the managers will take over the article of impeachment. It was just one article, and they'll make the presentation. Now, as you know, the Senate is not in session. Mitch McConnell says he's not going to bring them back until the 19th. He's still in charge of the Senate until such time as Kamala Harris is sworn in. And that won't be until next Wednesday.
because she provides the 51st vote that Democrats need in order to control. So Mitch McConnell is still in control until noon on January 20th. So since he won't be bringing the Senate back until the 19th, they cannot formally receive the article until then, which is Tuesday of next week. At which time they will then he will then pass over everything to Schumer, and then Schumer will work with Nancy Pelosi to move things forward.
Yeah, so Congressman Clyburn, I'm sorry. Why do you think there's still so many Republican members of Congress who support Donald Trump and voted against impeachment?
Well, a lot of them believe in that foolishness. They are a part of what is a near cult. As you know, even after all that happened Wednesday of last week, over 135 or 40 of them still voted not to accept Joe Biden as the president-elect. That's the stuff of which cults are made. You counting out the votes. The votes are clear. All the states have certified those votes, and Puerto Rico or District of Columbia. And so we've got 51 boxes sitting there, and they're all totaled up to 306 electoral votes for Joe Biden, and they still voted that it was not a legitimate election. So that's the kind of stuff of which cults are made. That's not a political party. They're all weighted to one man, and that's why you saw us winning down in Georgia, because people are sick of that.
Thinking about the things that cults are made of, are you concerned that impeachment hearings could bring an unwanted impact on the Biden administration on the first 100 days, including confirming his cabinet?
Yes, I am concerned about that. You may recall I raised the issue several days ago that we ought to postpone consideration of a trial in the Senate until such time as Joe Biden gets ample opportunity to launch his administration. This is not partisan politics here. The fact of the matter is COVID-19 is running rampant through this country, and we got a president now who understands how to manage, who understands government, who is compassionate about what people are going through. Let's give him room to get his administration off the bat. He's already said he's going to use the Defense Production Act in order to get all of the vaccines that we need. I think he's going to use the National Guard to get the distribution out there so that we can vaccinate 100 million people in the first 100 days. So give him time to do that. Give him time to get his cabinet in place. But I think they're now working on something that says will allow us to do both of them at the same time. If that's true, then that's a good thing.
Well, let's talk about last week's insurrection at the Capitol. Now, you said it would have been impossible for rioters to find your unmarked office with insider information. Now, do you think there were government officials involved on the inside that were giving these people information to know these things?
Well, I felt that last week when I first talked with my staff. And they told me that people were banging on the door, and they were huddled in my inner office with furniture piled at the door to keep people from coming through. I said then, for anybody to find that office where I do most of my work, where I spend, say, 95% of my time, which is unmarked, and the office which is marked on a different floor, nobody disturbed. So that made me feel that something else is going on here. And then now I saw Michael Sherrill last night saying that her staff saw some unusual activity taking place the day before and called the sergeant at arms and asked him, what was that all about? Then there's one guy who has been arrested. He said he received video tapes from members to help him carry out his activities as an insurrectionist. Yes, something untoward is going on. There needs to be a 9/11 kind of investigation taking place here, and we need to have some expulsions.
Do you think
I believe very strongly there are some members of Congress who need to be expelled.
Do you think the Biden administration, once the Biden administration take over the Department of Justice, is really going to get really deep and dig into to find out these police officers, these Capitol police officers, and different members that's sympathetic to these white supremacist militias that they're going to investigate and put all of these people in jail?
No, that's going to be our job. Okay. The House has to police itself. That's going to be our job. But there is a job with the Justice Department for the new Biden administration. I've been public with it. I think I've been on the show with it. I've talked to the administration, incoming administration, about it. And there needs to be a thorough investigation on what the unintended consequences are of the 1986, 1988 and 1994 crime bills, because those crime bills have got people sitting in jail for the same things that people are making a good living off of up there in Colorado and doing it legally. So I think that we need to revisit that. So if the Biden administration just get on that case, we over in the House to take care of ours.
Right. Hey, thank you so much. We'll be watching closely as these events continue to play out. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my Omega brother, House Whip Majority Leader, James E. Clyburn. Thank you so much, Mr. Clyburn. Hey, no, thank you for coming on. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
News headlines.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 26 minutes after the hour. Y'all got your front page right here. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look at your front page news. So Donald J. Trump has officially become the only U.S. president to be impeached twice. The House impeached him on a single charge of incitement of insurrection, with 10 Republicans and all Democrats voting 232 to 197 to impeach. Well, Trump released a video condemning the attack on the Capitol and calling for non-violence at any demonstrations planned for next week. Meanwhile, Washington, D.C. is in a state of lockdown because of the threat surrounding next week's inaugurations. Photos came out yesterday showing dozens of guardsmen sleeping on the floor of the Capitol building. Now, in other news, the former Republican governor of Michigan was charged with willful neglect of duty in connection with the Flint water scandal that left 12 people dead. The city and state officials. Man, Ricky, I'm telling you, I'm so excited about this right here.
What happened to that
Me
case.
too. Because what happened was the state and the city officials switched the city's water supply, if you remember, back in 2014 to cut costs, which ended up devastating the black community with lead-contaminated water, killing 12 people and making water horrible to drink.
His ass sit there and drink bottles of it.
Listen. Now, in other news, our hearts go out to the family of 52-year-old Patrick Warren of Killeen, Texas, who was shot and killed by a police officer this week after family members made a mental health call. So the family requested a mental health deputy come to the home, but no one was available. Warren, who was absolutely unarmed and having a manic episode, was tased and then shot in front of his family. So sad. And finally,
let's see, everybody. Let's guess let's see what the excuse is going to be. Let's see.
Exactly, Ricky.
I feared for my life.
When they called with a mental health call, they said that he is having an issue and asked for someone with mental health specialty to come out and help him. You could have called for backup and got and restrained him. Just like you did them damn white people. The people at the Capitol building.
You helped them down the steps and did everything you had to do for them. That's crazy. And
you can't call the cops, man. You can't call them.
You can't call them for nothing.
Sometimes you need the cops. You need to reform it.
Are they going to kill them? If they call the cops, they're going to
kill you.
They're going to kill you.
Well, I do have a little bit of good news, Ricky.
Yeah.
Finally, lawmakers have drafted a bipartisan proposal to build a statue at the U.S. Capitol to commemorate the legacy of the late great congressman and civil rights leader John Lewis. Lewis's statue would replace existing Confederate statue of Alexander Stephens.
And then they always had these damn white men up there with them wigs on.
Exactly. He was a white supremacist and the vice president
Washington
of the
had
Confederacy.
A wig. Thomas Jefferson had a wig. Andrew Jackson had a wig. All of them had wigs. And now black women around here with wigs on. They started, the wig started with white presidents. And take every damn Confederate man got a wig on and a lace front.
Black men need to start taking over the wig so they take over everything else.
Black men don't wear wigs.
We need to start. That's a good look.
I'm just tired of it.
It is a good look.
Every statue up there of George Washington. Put a statue. You're gonna put a statue up there with the wig off.
No, you don't want that.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah. You don't want that picture. For more of this news, though, you can log on to the RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going down in sports?
I got one thing to talk about, man. This big blockbuster 14 mega NBA trade. Houston Rockets, they trade James Harden, send him to the Brooklyn Nets. Of course, he's happy and satisfied right now. That's what he wanted. The Rockets will receive Brooklyn's 3 first-round draft picks 2022, 2024, and 2026. Plus, they get the swap draft picks in 2021, 2023, 2025, and 2027. Hope I ain't confusing y'all. The Rockets also get Cleveland Cavaliers 2022 first-round pick. So, if I did my math correctly, the Rockets will now have 3 first-round draft picks in 2022. So, it's going down for them. Brooklyn's Caris LeVert was traded to Indiana Pacers for Victor Oladipo. Milwaukee Bucks is also involved in this trade. Listen, man, there's a whole bunch of... I'm getting confused, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it at this. Here's the bottom line. Brooklyn Nets now become the favorites to win the NBA championship. Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. There it is.
Say what, Gary?
No bottom line today, baby. The hot spot is more important.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard.
Go ahead, Brett.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ricky. I'm your girl, Brett Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, y'all. But we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Betty White is set to celebrate her 99th year on Earth Sunday, y'all. And she tells people how she stays so sunny. She said, I don't like the other side. The positive side is a lot more fun. Plus, I'm blessed with good health, so turning 99 is no different than turning 98. The key to a long and happy life in the end, she said, is a good sense of humor. Don't take yourself too seriously. You can lie to others. Not that I would, but you cannot lie to yourself. Oh, happy birthday coming up, Betty White, because she's been here for a long time. Yeah.
Tyson been here longer than her, though.
Oh, I love me some Cicely Tyson, too, now. I love me some Cicely
Tyson. Did a movie together.
Yeah, Cicely Tyson, we love you. We love, and appreciate you. She's been around forever, too. Yes, I love her. She reminds me of my granny. All right, y'all, moving on. Chris Ludacris Bridges is passionate about food. Who knew? But he knows that he can't cook a lick, y'all. So in a 1-hour Discovery Plus special called Luda Can't Cook, he gets schooled in the kitchen and it's up to his culinary game. And then he got to up his culinary game. My bad. They tried to write something hip in there. Then in the test of his newly acquired culinary skills, he cooks and serves a menu of Indian dishes Ludacris style to a room of VIPs, including his mom Roberta. Now Luda Can't Cook starts streaming on Thursday, February 25th on Discovery, and I cannot wait to see this. What y'all think? All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap up the hot spot right there. No, wait, Gary said
you gotta let that thing manifest. Hold on.
Don't do the man for she's
right.
Oh, when I move, you move, Ricky, just like that. All right, coming up next, y'all, we got Church in 60 Seconds with Pastor Fred, and we got the Praise Mix Down with the White Stone. The time that was 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Okay, I can't sing.
Pastor Fred.
Yes. Oh, brother Ricky. Oh, another time, another season.
Thank you for letting us get out of church in 60 seconds. We appreciate it.
Yes. That's my job. I'm just doing my job, as my friend Mr. Thomas would say. But brother Ricky, I have so many people that I counsel from week to week who are looking for that special someone.
Yeah.
They are looking for that right one, the one that makes them happy, the one that makes them feel exhilarating. But but every now and then you may have to stretch yourself.
Come on.
You may have to go that extra mile.
Yeah.
Yes.
You may even have to come across the waters to find what you need. Because the Bible says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor.
Come on.
Hakeem needed favor. He had all the money he could use. He had all of the jewelry. But he didn't have no favor.
All right now.
So every now and then, you got to leave the castle to find your queen.
And where did he go?
He had to go to Queens to find his queen. He had to find Lisa. Came on the way to McDowell's. Found Mr. McDowell. Mr. McDowell didn't go along with it.
And your blessing may not agree with you off the mark, but he stayed there. And when Mr. McDowell found out he was a prince, he said, come on in. You're welcome in this place. So keep on working. Keep on pushing. Stay in the race. Yes. McDowell's is waiting on you. Not the Big Mick. Not the Big Mac. But the Big Mick. You need your blessing now. Say Follow the real Pastor Fred on all social media.
Church in 60 seconds, y'all. We out.
Yes.
Enjoy, young man.